When you look into the New Testament story, what is often so amazing is that those who really ought to be showing us something about what it means to be a saint, when we look at them, we see actually they are terrible scoundrels. And to me, the one that stands out most would have to be the high priest Caiaphas. If we think about the role of the high priest, established centuries before by Moses, this was the person who was to serve as a mediator between the people of God. And what was it he was supposed to mediate from God to the people? Mercy. That was his big job, to mediate the mercy of God to sinners. But when we get to the New Testament, by this era, the Romans are in charge and they appoint the high priest, and really just rich people bought that role. It wasn't so much because they were a descendant of Aaron anymore. It was whoever could pay the best price. And it was really more of a political, governmental role. And so when we get to the story of Jesus, here is Caiaphas. And he is the one in this role as high priest. He should be the one who recognizes who Jesus is. He should be the one who, more than anyone else on the scene, should be full of joy at the coming of the one who has been promised. He should know the scriptures and see what Jesus has come to do, that the person in whom mercy comes in a person, and yet he hates Jesus and he is conspiring against Jesus. And when we get to the scene in the Gospels when Jesus comes and he stands before Caiaphas, this is amazing because, Caiaphas, his role as high priest, the role of high priest was always just a shadow of a greater high priest to come. So here he is, the shadow, and he's standing face to face with the substance. Substance faced shadow, and I just think what could have happened, how beautiful it could have been, perhaps, if Caiaphas had looked into the eyes of Jesus and said, you know what? I see now that you are actually what this role that I have taken upon myself, you are what this has always been pointing toward. If Caiaphas had only chosen to worship Jesus, to take off his robe and give it to Jesus, but instead he tears his robe, saying that Jesus is being blasphemous. He doesn't realize that the one through whom mercy is going to come is standing right in front of him. And he is, in fact, the great high priest. And we can run to him. The way is open, and we can expect, according to Hebrews, to find grace and mercy in our time of need.